What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got the dev stream of what is coming next in the Dungeon Defenders universe. Now, before we jump into anything else, let me get all the obvious out there. The link to the full dev stream is down below, so if you have yourself an extra hour-ish, swing on by, watch the whole dev stream. Additionally, I know I'll hear DD2. The DD2 survival update is still coming. It is getting pushed back until early August. No confirmed date quite yet. And then the large content update, which is going to have the new maps and the new hero, will be several months after that. So more like around the end of the year. So survival in August. New hero, new maps, new boss towards the end of the year. So DD2 has got lots coming for it. Now, let's just jump right on in. You guys will see why I'm on this website here in a moment. But let's just jump right on in here to the notes I took during the stream. We already went through the DD2 part. It is going to be hitting in August. Now, what about the new game? Now, the new game is being referred to right now as DD Next, Dungeon Defenders Next. That's not the name of the game. That's just work in progress developer title. They'll have a name for the game down the road. What is this game going to be? Well, as you see at the top of my notes here, it is a PC and mobile game to start, with the goal of eventually making it to all platforms. So the game will launch when it does come out on PC and mobile. So the game has been compared to something along the lines of Bloons Tower Defense, Kingdom Rush, or Element TD were the three examples that Phil gave. Now, this particular game, they're trying to attack it with a community involvement from the start stage. You know, not trying to bring the community in after they derp a bunch of things up. They're going to have the community involved right from the start. Anyone in the community that is a fan of games such as Bloons, I would say it's very important for you to give your feedback. Of course, we want this game to be awesome, and Bloons is an awesome game. Kingdom Rush is an awesome game. So, just going into those two categories, or those two game titles, or IPs, and comparing it to one of those, it could be quite fun for someone that likes strategy and tower defense. Now, if you are a full-on action RPG player, you want the third-person shooter aspect, plus with a tower defense element. There's still Dungeon Defenders 1, which just got an update and could potentially have more. There's still Dungeon Defenders 2, which has got updates to come, and there's still more coming for Dungeon Defenders Awakened. A lot of people were ready to burn the ship to the ground in DDA right out of the gates, and there's still a lot of things that were being developed that have not made it to the game yet, so these things are going to get finished up. Now, with this community involvement, there are going to be lots of surveys, starting with today. There will be a link to this survey down in the comments below as well, and additionally, they're going to have lots of public playtests and dev streams. So we're going to be able to see the game through its full transition. They're not going to launch this game until they are happy with it being launched. So there is no launch date. There's no estimated launch date. And development of the game is just starting today. So it's not like there's a prototype already made and there's something that they could throw out there. Development is at the very ground level. Now, with that in mind, there's already going to be some community involvement with this survey right from the start before anything is done in the game at all. Now, this game is going to be developed in Unreal 5, and they want the game to launch with full modding support, including like an in-game map editor. Now we get over to this tab, mod.io. I'm sure a lot of you all are familiar with it. I personally was not super familiar with it. But as you see, it's being used right now for mod creation on quite a few big titles. Deep Rock Galactic, Space Engineers, 2 Point, Dying Light, Timberborn. There's lots and lots of reputable games that are using mod.io. Chromatic wants to use the mod.io system, which will make it easier for us to not only create mods, but additionally get mods out to multiple platforms. right at mod.io's homepage, it actually says official mod support for every platform. So mods in menu, accessible to all players on all stores and all systems. So if you make a mod on mod.io, someone will be able to install it on their Android or iOS device. Someone will be able to install it on Steam, and then later down the road, assuming the game makes it to PlayStation and Xbox, you'll be able to install it there as well, as you see all of the available platforms listed right here. So mod.io is something I'm going to want to look more into for sure, as I just know nothing at all about it right now. Now, there's no solid plans on monetization in the game yet. Could be a free-to-play game, since it's going to be on mobile. I think that may be quite likely. It could end up being a retail game with a small entry fee. It could have microtransactions. We don't know what the monetization model of the game will be quite yet. However, all that will be determined later on once some of the base of the game is in place. Now, the question was brought up about the art style, and this is going to be a 3D top-down game. So although it was directly compared to like Bloons and Kingdom Rush, the game will have full 3D character models, but it's going to be in that top-down isometric type view. Now this means if you took a game like Bloons and you threw in some big old thick 3D character models, which technically it has them already, but something a little bit more 3D, and I think that is what we're going to get. Now, they did say they're going to use DD2's basic art style. So, whether you're a fan of DD1 art, DD2 art, or then the DDA art, which of course was heavily inspired from the DD1 art, the DD2 art style is what most people seem to enjoy, and that is the art style they're going to be using. Now, what I mean by art style does not mean the way the game looks. It means the art style, which means if you look at a monk in this new game, you're going to be able to recognize it as the monk from Dungeon Defenders 2, not Dungeon Defenders 1. Or if you look at, say, the Huntress, it's going to look like the DD2 Huntress as far as the basic style and theme goes. Now, I did mention DDA still has some things coming. These are just some things Phil mentioned today. Tavern storage has already been worked on. I mean, it was in a PTR, so we know a lot of the work has been done already. Cross saves has already had a lot of work done. Split screen has already had a lot of work done. Core transmogs have already had a lot of work done. So they're not going to just abandon this work. They're going to finish this up and get it in. And Phil did also mention that there could potentially be some holiday events down the road as well. So the door is not completely closed on DDA, but development on the game is going to slow. So that is it for now. That is all we know so far. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. I know a lot of people are going to hate it. I know a lot of people are going to love it. So one thing, just from my personal opinion, one thing this will do is it will expand out to a much, much, much larger group of people. As right now, the Dungeon Defenders fans are, there's some Dungeon Defenders fans that play all of the games. However, many of the Dungeon Defenders fans only play one of the game. They're diehard about that game, and anything that's not that game, they don't want. And that's fair. Everyone's got their favorite game. However, a tower defense as a genre is enormous. Tower defense, particularly on mobile, is super, super popular. So this does open up a very, very large, many, many hundreds of times larger than the current community of people to welcome into the Dungeon Defenders universe. So I've got my hesitations. I want to be optimistic. I do enjoy games like Bloons and Kingdom Rush, so I think there's no reason why I personally won't enjoy this one. So that is all we've got so far, though. Thanks an absolute ton for watching, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.